go, see that there. So that's ideal. Now that we've done this, I'm going to hide the outer layer. We're going to be working on the inner layer for a minute. Notice that I've got no smoothing on. This is going to be more beneficial to us. We can see exactly what we're doing. And I'm going to press B for bevel and click once with these faces selected. And we're going to bevel in slightly. Notice that I've got them bevel individually. This is because we need to group the polygons found in the bevel properties area. So group polygons. And I'm just going to move this in ever so slightly. Now because we've just activated bevel, we can hold the shift key and click again and activate the bevel again. We're just going to pull this in. Okay, we just drop that tool and we'll push this in. We don't need to push it in too far. About there would be fine. And let's just scale this in a little bit more. The rough kind of shape of the pupil. And then I'm going to bevel it again. Drop the tool. And then we're going to move it in. And not too far either, just a little bit. Let's just scale this a little bit, shall we? Just a little bit in. Okay, now when we apply smoothing, this is the shape that we get. Let's just nip into the render room here where we can actually see a preview. And you can see how neat and clean this geometry is. Obviously we've got a shadow inside there. If we were to change the direction of this light, we can clearly see what we've got. So that's the inner part of the eye there. Let's work on the outer part of the eye. So we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to select the outer and do the similar thing. We're going to select these faces, B for bevel, bevel in ever so slightly, and then pull out. That's good for the minute. Let's just apply a smoothing level to this and see what we've got. That's not looking bad at all. That's just grab the center vertice there and we just pull this out ever so slightly like that. Again, we're going to go back to the render just to see how hard that edge is at the moment. That seems to be faring quite well. All is good. Now if we want to adjust this, all we have to do is just select a edge loop in the center here. I'm holding the shift key so I can add to that selection, and then we just scale. You can just see the edge just falling off a little bit more now. Okay, that's fine. Now we're going to go back to our UVs again, and you notice that the inner has got this red showing here. Well, we just need to reproject again for the additional geometry that we've got. So we're going to project from view, and it will update it to what we've got there now. That's great. So now we've got the inner and the outer layer. It'd be a good idea to save it at this particular point. And before we just do this, we're going to export our UV. So our UV template, we're going to select the inner because it's the inner part of the eye that we're going to be applying the texture to. So we're going to select the inner, we're going to go to texture, and we're going to export this UV to EPS. Next we're going to be going into Photoshop and loading this file up, and I'll see you there.